and gentlemen, welcome back to Fat Ninja's Corner. I'm your host for this week's episode, Fat Ninja. You can find me on Twitter at MySpinOnSports. And with that being said, we're going to jump right into this week's episode. We're going to start with the NHL playoffs. The Stanley Cup Finals have finally came. And it's the two teams that everyone thought were going to be there at the beginning of the season. I'm just kidding. It's the expansion team, the Vegas Golden Knights, playing against the Washington Capitals. The Capitals have been longing for this. They have been fighting every single season. They put a great team together on the ice every single season. They just can never get over the hump. Ladies and gentlemen, they have finally made it to the Stanley Cup, and they lost Game 1 last night to the Vegas Golden Knights. The Vegas Golden Knights scored 6 goals, 5, and then 1 empty netter to end the game, winning 6-4, taking an early 1-0 series lead over the Capitals. Game 2 will be tomorrow night. Depending on when this comes out, it might be tonight. I predict Vegas will win that game as well. They'll go up 2-0 going back to Washington. It's just such a great story with Vegas, and I mean, it's an expansion team. They weren't even a team 1 year ago today. It's unbelievable at how they've been able to put this team together and just get themselves to play. I really do think that it helped with the very tragic and unfortunate shooting at the Mandalay Bay where 58 people died. I think that really helped the community and the team rally together, and I think that has built the momentum that has really just pushed this team to where they are. It also did not hurt them that there was not another expansion team drafting at the same time, which is what usually happens, where there'll be two teams that are coming into the league together, and they'll have the same pot of players, and it'll go, Vegas would pick, and then the other team would pick, and then back and forth. Obviously, Vegas benefited from that. They were able to get pretty much anybody they wanted to, and it helped that they were able to get Marc-Andre Fleury from the Pittsburgh Penguins because they have Matt Murray. They decided to go with Matt Murray, but that's for another topic. And on the next topic, it's the NBA Finals. The NBA Finals are finally here, and guess what? It's the 4th season in a row where we're going to get the Warriors and the Cavaliers. I mean, the NBA needs to figure something out. They need to get more, I don't know what they call that, mediocre. They need to figure something out to where, more teams are competitive. I realize the Rockets gave Golden State everything they could. Took them to Game 7. Unfortunately for Houston, Chris Paul set out Game 6 and Game 7 with the injured hamstring. Wasn't able to go, and I really think that hurt Houston's chances moving forward. It also didn't help that they missed 27 straight three-point attempts in last night's game. I mean, the old saying is, you live by the 3, you die by the 3, and my goodness gracious, they died by the 3 last night. 27 in a row at one point, they didn't make any. I mean, something's got to give. I mean, you think that something would click in their heads like, hey, we're not hitting threes, let's take the ball to the basket. I mean, because it wasn't a blowout. They were winning the game. They were up at halftime. They controlled the first half. Klay Thompson had 3 fouls within under 4 minutes to go to start the game. I mean, there's a deadly guy off of the floor for Golden State, and then all of a sudden they I think, I don't know, but man, they just laid an egg, and it's unfortunate because I really think that, it would have been nice to see someone other than Cleveland and Golden State in the finals. And then we're switching over to the Eastern Conference with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Boston pushed them to a Game 7. LeBron was not to be denied. LeBron is great. I mean, you can't deny it. He's been to 8 straight NBA Finals. He has not lost a playoff series in the Eastern Conference since 2010. You cannot deny that the dude is the greatest of all time, okay? I think he is the greatest player of all time, and I'll tell you why. It's a different dynamic than it was with Michael Jordan, okay? LeBron is a more complete player. He can play defense, he can rebound, he can dribble the ball up the court. I mean, the guy has no one surrounding him. He didn't have Kevin Love. I mean, he's just got a bunch of garbage around him on his team currently, and he's pushed them and made them all the way go to the NBA Finals. it's amazing at what LeBron has been able to do. With that being said, I do think that they will not win this series. Golden State will win it. I think Golden State wins it in 5, maybe 6, depending on how the refs call these games. And we'll see moving forward. Drop your comments below. Hit me up on Twitter at MySpinOnSports. Let me know what you think. I think Golden State wins this series easily. 5 games max. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to my favorite segment of the week. It's my Dum Dum of the Week award, brought to you in part by Dum Dum Suckers. I want to give a big shout out to Dum Dum Suckers. Thank you for sponsoring this segment. And my Dum Dum of the Week goes to the NFL. How gosh darn dumb can you be? Now, you know, this issue with the kneeling and all of that during the anthem, okay, that had pretty much, you know, flown under the radar. And then here you go. You want to go ahead and you want to bring it all back up and rehash it to where they say, if you go out to the field, you must stand for the national anthem, okay? If you don't want to stand, you can stay in the locker room, okay? Do you not think that the networks are going to have cameras down the tunnels, shooting down the tunnels? They're going to have guys sitting on the sideline, up in the press box, up wherever, saying, "Oh, hey, such and such isn't on the field. He must be in the locker room. He doesn't want to stand." It's just going to create the whole thing over and over and over again. I mean, goodness gracious, I get that the ratings were down for whatever reason, but I just disagree with this. Okay, honestly, it doesn't bother me one bit if certain players were to stand on the side or kneel on the sideline. All right, they have every given right to do that. We live in the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, where we have freedom of speech and where we can do what we want and say what we want. And these players have a platform, and they're trying to use it for their, you know, for what they think are social injustices and be it whatnot. Okay? And I also believe that every NFL owner has every right to not hire these guys if they don't want them to. Okay? The whole Colin Kaepernick thing. All right? I get where Colin Kaepernick is coming from, but I also understand where the owners are coming from. They have every right not to hire the guy. That's just my opinion. I don't know. This is kind of a polarizing subject right now. It's kind of taking the nation by storm. Let me know what you think. I mean, you know, drop your comments below. Follow me on Twitter at MySpinOnSports. Give me your thoughts. I'd love to talk some more about this. Well, that's going to do it this week, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Fat Ninja's Corner. I'm Fat Ninja, and I'll talk to you next week, guys. Peace.